Hey guys, just a bit of off-camera exploring I did. This is me obtaining the demonic will that I used to start doing stuff later in the episode. You just put this will stuff into the I don't remember what it's called. I believe it's like the demon furnace or something like that. The demonic forge, I believe. And then it will form a little gem, which allows you to store more will, which allows you to do bigger stuff. I believe I also expanded my Incense Altars area, as well as finding some Chimmerite in this clip. This is just a bit of off-camera grinding. I did a lot more, though. This is just a bit. I'm just going to preface this video by saying, there's stuff going on in the background for, in real life while I'm recording this video, so if there are random loud sounds or random cuts, that's probably me trying to avoid things such as, like loud noises that would distract from the video. With that started, hi guys, I'm Jump the Gamer, and this is my Mana and Artifice Blood Magic playthrough, and between episodes I've done a lot of progress for Blood Magic, if I'm being completely honest, but not very much for Mana and Artifice. So I, first of all, expanded this area out a bit, and then moved it to out there. So I was thinking that this could be my Mana and Artifice area, just because it's... the Blood Altar apparently needs, a lot of space in order to expand, as well as the Incense Altar, so I moved the Incense Altar from, over here all the way up there, and the Blood Altar from, over here all the way out there as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I also went to the Nether because I needed things from the Nether, but I didn't have any lava, so I actually had to find some dripstone and then farm the lava from that in order to start doing stuff. Which, actually, one of the things I'm contemplating doing in the near future, where are the iron golems? I don't see them. One of the things I'm considering to do in the future is to build a iron farm, because Mana and Artifice has this cool spell called Crystallize, I believe. Yeah, and this allows you to turn mobs into items, which is just great. It's a super helpful thing, and this personally is one of my favorite spells on the list. But yeah, I'm probably going to try to check out all these spells eventually. By the way, I made the light spell. The way that it works is that it'll create a light, or if you use it on a mob, it gives them the glowing effect. I've been using that in lieu of torches just because of convenience. I've also made this thing called a Sentient Sword. In order to make that, you take a Hellfire Forge, some will, combine an Iron Sword with a gem. It gives you a sword that actually is decently strong. It's based on the number of will you have. I currently have right around 45, which means that I have a lot of will, which is quite strong. Because I was starting to lack food, because blood magic requires damaging yourself a lot, I kind of made a little farm. It's decently sized. I believe this is a 18 by 40 or something area. It's pretty big. Yeah, and here is my new Incense Altar location. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And apparently you can upgrade the Incense Altar, make it better, by putting down these wooden paths. I'll show you how I made this thing here. But there are some sigils that you can right-click on here. It'll tell you your current tranquility, as well as the current bonus. So now this gives me a plus 60% bonus when I do the stabby, instead of before it was at 20%, so that's significantly better. And here's my new Blood Altar location. This is definitely subject to change, but apparently these blank runes, they can be used to craft these different runes, such as Displacement runes, Rune of the Orb, Speed runes, and Self-Sacrifice and whatnot. So currently I've made a bunch of self-sacrifice runes to further enhance my self-stabbing powers, and I've also gotten these runes of capacity, which actually make it so that my Blood Altar can go all the way up to 26 bytes of storage, which actually is needed to do this. So these runes of capacity, each one increases the blood storage by 2,000, which is quite a lot. And you can replace all of these blank runes with magical runes. Each of these self-sacrifice runes are a 10% increase in power. well, these capacity runes just increase the storage by a bit. And once more, you can see your maximum storage by right-clicking with the sigil, the seer sigil. You see it currently has a capacity of 26,000. And the reason why I put the gold block in there is that, gold block. As you can see, this Magician Blood Orb requires a tier 3 altar and 25,000 life points. So that's one reason why, the only reason why actually I create these runes of capacity. So then this thing can give me a even better Blood Orb, which will be usable for other things. Now I've got a Magician's Blood Orb. Do I have to sync it to me? Yes, I do. But now I can right-click in order to see my current life essence, or I can right-click on the altar to see its current tier, essence, and whatnot. And I can also right-click on... Oh, it's a trader! Hi, sir. What's your... What? Ooh, oh, I know what this is, actually. I know what this is. But, I could kind of craft that at some point, actually. Yeah, and you can also right-click on these things in order to see the tranquility bonus. So you may be wondering, what the heck is this sigil, the seer sigil? Well, in order to craft it, you have to, let's see, let's look. So, the seer requires you to make this site reagent and then put it onto arcane ashes. The site reagent requires a divination sigil, which is just redstone dust and a blank slate on arcane ashes, which are crafted in a alchemy table by some gunpowder, white dye, redstone dust, and some variety of coal. I have it in my inventory, actually. And this stuff works by you place it down. I'm gonna probably create something in the near future, so I'm gonna put it down here. And then you put in the second thing, such as that reagent. And then you put down the other thing. So you put down the site reagent, and then you get out the seer sigil after a few seconds. So I've actually also made this thing called the Sigil of the Fast Miner. And the way that this works is that you shift right-click, and it gives you haste. However, if I were to hold this, as you can see, my life points are draining in order to give me that haste, so I'm going to shift right-click and get rid of that effect. You can store it in your Charm Curio slot. And similarly, we have these petty Tatar gems that I have. So these are crafted from glass, redstone, gold, and lapis. All renewable, by the way. That's helpful. And then you get a gem, and that will store will. And the main use for will is that in the Hellfire Forge, will is used as, like, the fuel, so to speak, in order to do stuff, so that's pretty helpful. Continuing on, I think I'm going to try to create a sigil here. So, I'm going to create this water reagent here. Go to the alchemy table, which actually, do I have the recipe here? Yeah, it just is blank slate, gold, and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so you can just slap these things into here. And you also need a blood orb, so of some variety. So I'm going to put in the Magician Blood Orb, and then you see it like charges up. It's like totally accurate sounds, by the way. That's absolutely what's going on inside of the thing. And actually, what that's doing is it is decreasing my life essence. Okay, and now I get the buckets back. That's useful. Then I get the water reagent. Let's see what type. I just need a blank slate. I've got one of those. So now I'm going to put down the water reagent, and then a blank slate, and then it will like spin around and be like, ooh, magic stuff. Wait a minute, I could sacrifice these guys. No, they ran away! That would have been so funny. Yeah, so either way, I now have a water sigil, which I assume just acts as a water bucket. Yep. Can I get rid of this now? Nope, it's not letting me. See, actually, if I were to kill the wandering trader, my life would be a bit easier. The reason why I wanted these leads is actually to do stuff with them. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing between episodes, just crafting things such as these sigils, just messing around with the blood magic mod. I have also made the Sentient Pickaxe. I don't know what it will do eventually, but it says that it becomes better with will, and I assume that means that eventually it will have, like, insta-mining capabilities, which may mean that it could be potentially better than the dig spell, and I could actually do a bit of comparison between them if it actually is a viable option. For the moment, this is just my iron pickaxe and above thing, because mining stuff is hard. Oh! Actually, it works as a diamond pickaxe. That is convenience. I crafted in another Hellfire Forge with some will, and then a Sentient Pickaxe, and then an Iron Pickaxe. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to get those leads is so that I can make this, actually, because I'm short on string. But now I can take this leather from those llamas as well, and then, boop, make a spell. Yeah, actually, another thing that happened, I went exploring a bit, I found some Chimmerite. Chimmerite is found by mining stuff in the Meta and Artifice mod. You can mine ores, such as iron, coal, and diamonds. As you mine those, there's a chance you'll get Chimmerite. But I found some Chimmerite in a chest, and with that Chimmerite, I was able to make a Chimmerite wand, which means that I don't have to worry about wand durability, which is so nice. And just so you guys can see, I'm short wool for crafting the leads by like 1, which is so annoying. You know, it's kind of annoying how much iron everything requires now. It just is like, can't I just not use iron for stuff unless we put down the spell, put down the ritual stuff. Okay, here we go. So now we have the Crystallized Spell, which this is one of my favorite components just because it's so cool. So what this component does is you just take a few diamonds, or just 1 diamond. So you take the diamond, you walk up to your target, and then you bang. You instead pick up the villager because iron golems are too OP. Well, I've got a solution. Yeah, so as you guys can see, the villager was transformed into a crystalline cage, and you can put down the thing, you get the diamond back, and the villager, or whatever mob you put into it. Like you could capture, say, a chicken if I were to find one. Aha! Boom. Now we have a crystalline cage with a chicken trapped inside. Now I'm going to put the chicken, like, over here or whatever. Yeah, so either way, this mob transport spell, also known as Crystallize, it's just nice for doing things such as villager trading halls, because instead of having to push them in minecarts, you can just pick them up, put them down. The look that he just gave me was like, I was just living life normally. And then he just sucked me up and put me somewhere else. It occurred to me I probably should show the upgraded Blood Altar formation. The wiki actually was not extremely helpful about this. So, the formation for this is you have the Blood Altar, the 8 runes of self-sacrifice. Either way, so you've got the little ring here, and then you actually leave open the space, and then go 1 out. And by the way, that spot there does not have to be a rune of any variety, and I don't think it'll be counted if it is. And if you want to have runes of upgrades of many varieties, I'm just gonna... You replace the blank runes with those types of runes. So for example, I have a bunch of runes of self-sacrifice. I actually do have 8 runes of sacrifice that I could swap out with. So here's the capacity rune. Self-sacrifice, sacrifice. Just so you guys can see the recipes if you're looking for those. Either way, those are just things that I like to use. I'm gonna probably replace the rest of these runes with either self-sacrifice or sacrifice, because I have a bit of an idea. One of the reasons why I moved it out here is because there's open space above me. And open space means that I could put a mob farm up there. And I was thinking I could then use my Dagger of Sacrifice and take care of 2 issues in one, because I'm having to do a lot of mob hunting, which I've been procrastinating. And so I could solve the issue of needing to go mob hunting by doing that. I could get some extra will, which, by the way, I'm planning on testing out these things between episodes. This Demon Crystallizer and Demon Crucible, because I have no idea what those are. And I don't want to have to, like, figure out how to discover them on camera. Yeah, so either way, I just want to not be entirely confused on camera, because I feel like it decreases the quality of the video. But if you guys want to see me struggling a little bit with trying to figure it out, feel free to do so, like, by leaving a comment being like, yo, we want to see a struggle. Either way, my current plans for between episodes are, now that I have access to this Crystallized spell, use it to create a small iron farm so that I can have access to a bunch of iron, because each of these runes of capacity requires 9 iron. So this, in total, I have 8 of them, so that's like over a stack of iron just in these runes of capacity. Yeah, so I'm planning on making an iron farm to take care of that, and then some variety of mob farm, hostile mob farm that is, over here, and then funnel them all into here. I am potentially thinking of making some sort of hostile drowned farm, actually, at some point, because they dropped copper. Sorry, they dropped copper, and copper is used to create that transmute silver. And I am interested in testing out the trades with those villagers, but I only have right around a stack of copper, and I'd rather not have to be stuck with a bunch of transmuted silver if it's not actually much that useful. Because I like copper. It's just nice. By the way, guys, I hope that you have a good day, and I hope that you guys have a very good day. I'm going to try to learn a bit more about this blood magic mod between episodes, and the parts more specifically that I'm going to be looking into are these demon crucibles and crystallizers, because I've just unlocked the ability to make them, because I need a imbued slate, which required the higher level, whatever this is called. What is this called? Blood altar. Thank you! By the way, guys, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys next week.